Hello, everyone. We are back today. It's me, Marie Blue Angel, and we are back today with more of Touchstarved. I have been seriously missing this demo, and I'm finally able to get back to it. So I thought today would be great for continuing with following the demo routes for each of the love interests. Last time I did Karas's route first, and this time, as I've mentioned, I will pick a certain someone. So reminder here is that our main character has a choice to follow one of the five love interests for the rest of the night. Um, and this time, I'm gonna go for my second pick, and it is Leander. Whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak to tonight. I follow Leander. For the second time today, I find myself squeezing through a crowd to reach Leander. As soon as he sees me, his easy smile fades. Are you alright, Chantal? I'm not used to someone looking at me with such earnest concern. I've been through worse today. From the sounds of it, you've had quite the day. How are you holding up? It could be better. I mean, a lot has happened. It could be better. I feel like that would be the response the main character would give. Not bad, considering I've been threatened, robbed, and come close to dying too many times to count. I should have known not to let you out of my sight. Why is he so cute? How about the next time you want to see the city, I come along. I can be your personal guide. You've already helped me more than enough. Leander signals for the bartender. I'm parched. Do you want anything? Um, Whatever, I'll have a drink. I'll have a drink. Something strong and simple. Adventurous, aren't you? I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you. Of course. You'll also need to keep an eye on me. I've lost count how many I've had. Already? How many drinks have you drank? Leander. Deal. Once he's ordered, Leander turns back to me. Did you at least try to get any... Did you at least get to try any good food? I had these fried dough sticks from a vendor near here. As soon as I begin describing my meal, his eyes brighten with recognition. Recognition. The long lads from Wenstall. You've got to try them with porridge. There's another stall about a block away with the rosewater rice flour cakes. Take one bite, and you'll think you've been transported to some high-town patisserie. Then bam! You open your eyes, and it's the same trash-lined street as always. Sorry, that was like, I wanted to laugh. Wasn't sure if it was meant to be. When he laughs, his hair falls over his eyes. He shakes his head and pushes it back. I'll show you sometime, if you decide to stick around Lowtown, that is. The Iridia Leander describes is far different from the one I've experienced, but if you live anywhere long enough, I suppose it becomes home. It seems like I'll be here for a while. Maybe I'll take you up on that. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses and pushes them our way. Cheers. Leander clings his glass against mine. I take a deep sip of the malty dark ale, savoring its flavor. It was surprising finding out that you all know each other. I didn't think Iridia would be so small. Do you know how many times I've tried getting them all in one place? I can imagine it's actually really difficult. It's impossible. Like trying to herd a bunch of soulless. I take it you know them well. Depends. Was there anyone you're curious about in particular? Do I get the same information here from last time? I'm gonna ask about Critters because we don't really get information about him. Do you and Curious work together? Also, I think they might know each other the best. Occasionally. Did the mysterious, competent doctor catch your eye? I mean, he did. He does seem like a good person. He seems like a good person. Though it's hard to believe anyone's a good person these days. That's Curious. He works hard to serve the people of Lowtown. He's a miracle worker, even if his bedside manner could use some work. Do you think he might be able to cure my curse? Leander starts to speak, but pauses to consider me for a moment first. Cures is good, but he's only a doctor. Besides, unless you're actively dying, he'll make you wait in line all day like everyone else. Okay, what about Ace? So, you're friends with Ace? Have been for a while, but he's rarely in town. Where'd you run into him? Run into him? The Sea Spring. Leander chokes on his drink. He coughs violently into his fist before giving me a surprised look. You went all the way out there. How'd he treat you? He was upfront. He was honest. He told me about how the Sea Spring's power comes with a heavy price. Losing your mind, becoming one of his funny brainless pets. He sighs, pausing before he speaks again. Does that sound worth it to you, Chantal? The only pets he has are soulless. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean it like that. Ace has my respect, and takes care of his own. For a moment, Leander stares deep into the bottom of his glass. When he looks up again, the circles under his eyes seem even deeper than usual. All those red-eyed minions creep me out. Can we talk about someone else? Sure thing. That's got Min. Min's interesting. Not very forthcoming, though. Ah, Min. My favorite grouchy freelancer. What's your impression of them? Like, they seem lonely. They are pretty irritable. They're a testy one. You got that right. Sometimes even paying Min for work can be a struggle. Min works for you? Contract only. Min refuses to join the Bloodhounds, but they take jobs from me often enough to qualify. Just don't ever call them a Bloodhound, okay? I'll get an earful. Last but not least, what do you know about Vare? Leander shakes his head very slowly, his expression grave. Vare, a living example of the Cenobium's cruelty. Most days they keep him on a short leash. I'm surprised you ran into him. So, tell me what you make of him. He was rude, though. Is he always so rude? Leander snorts, but a smile tugs at his lips. To everyone but Ace. If Vare's ever nice to you, you should take that as your hint to run. Good to know. Why would the Cenobium let someone so dangerous hang around in bars? As long as he gets his job done, they don't care. And I mean, I don't mind having him around. He can be fun. And he's got a real presence. Oh, I see that blushing, Leander. What does that mean? Yeah, great question, main character me. What exactly does that mean? Leander shrugs and laughs under his breath. He's nice to look at. Mouthy, but his tongue's the least dangerous part of him. Lol. I love that. How cute. That covers it. Aren't you tired of standing? Let's find you somewhere to sit. Leander pushes away from the bar, beckoning me to follow him. Okay. He leads me to a small booth hidden in a nook of the bar. A pair of bloodhounds notice him and immediately leap to their feet, offering their seats to us. As I slide into the booth, a web of graffiti scratched into the booth's tabletop catches my eye. The deepest grooves form the outline of the dog from Leander's posters. Dozens of roughly etched names surround the drawing, some fresh, some well worn. I like this music. What is all this? It's a tradition. Whenever someone joins the Bloodhounds, they have a drink with us and they carve in their initials. The barkeeper must love that. After the first year, she finally stopped charging me extra for damages. 2 years and countless drinks later, she added her own name. Oh, that's fun. You're not planning on recruiting me, are you? He quickly shakes his head. Not yet. You need time to think about your own path. Do you know what you're going to try next? The question gives me pause. I take my hands out from under my cloak and rest them on the table. Do you think you can help me? Of course. We can find answers together. Leander starts to reach for me, as though meaning to take my hand before stopping himself. His eyes flicker to mine. I won't fail you, Chantal. And if you ever need a taste of normalcy, I'll always be here for you. What kind of proposition is this, sir? By your blushing face, I think I have an idea. Yeah, I remember that from earlier in the demo. My chest tightens at the memory of touching him. Even now? Leander swallows. The table groans under his elbows as he leans forward. Oh, look at the character sprite, so close. So zoomed in. The booth is so narrow that he completely blocks any view of the bar counter. It's almost as though Leander and I are completely alone. If that's what you want. How did it make you feel? It was warm? Exciting? I don't know how to describe it. Leander rests his right hand on the table. He looks at me, smiling when I place my hand in his. Wait, so he can do this without this, protective ward on him? Or does he always have the protective ward on? Slowly, he begins unwinding the bandages, stopping every so often to glance at me. As my skin becomes visible, I cast a nervous glance around the bar. But, as far as I can see, no one is paying us any attention. Well, they're all drinking. and having fun merriment time. Leander squeezes my hand gently. No one will notice. Oh, okay. He was wearing a glove. Whatever. He pulls back, raising his hand to his mouth so he can tug his glove off with his teeth. The muscles in his forearm tighten as he flexes his fingers. Our eyes meet, and Leander offers his hand again. There you go. Hand holding on demand. That's so cute, though. Oh, look at you guys. A lump forms in my throat. I'm certain Leander sees it in my face. The flicker of desperation. I mean, yeah. Oh, poor main character. I want to pet top of their head. His voice lowers to a whisper. Anything you want, Chantal. Wow, that's a great line. There's only one to touch his hand. I reach out, allowing the tips of my fingers to glide along the lines of his palm. He shudders with a nervous laugh. That tickles. Emboldened, I twine our fingers together and give an experimental squeeze. I also wonder if earlier in the demo, where basically Leander is testing out and like the main character like having to hold hands and stuff, because like he wants to see the extent of the curse that she has. If the option to keep holding his hand, what would have happened? What the reaction would it be? Would it have been? I'm quite curious about that. His hand is soft. Somehow, I expected it to be more rough. Leander looks from our hands to me and smiles. Nice, isn't it? Oh, I love Leander's smile. Yeah. I've done this once already, but it still makes me lightheaded. I'm not sure if I'll ever get used to this. And yet, I want to be even closer. My heart hammers, filling my ears with a pulse that grows unbearably loud until I pull my hand back. Are you all right? I can barely hear his words over my pounding heart, but I manage to nod. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I think I'm just getting a little dizzy. He gives me a gentle smile, eyes crinkling at the edges. You've had a long day. You deserve some rest. Luckily, your room is just upstairs. Want me to walk you back? I shake my head and begin wrapping my hand up. With each deep breath, my head feels more clear. I'm fine, but thanks for, well, everything. Remember what I told you. If you ever need a break from the chaos of the city, I'll be here for you. What's his motive? Is Leander just this type of person? I mean, I'm sure once the full game is out, there'll be more backstory and like whatever. But what's his deal? Like, he just seems like a nice, selfless guy. Like, he's leader of the Bloodhounds. He does shit for free for people who need it. He's like charming and sociable. And he's helping the main character just like without really knowing who they are. I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely really charmed by Leander. So props to the writer slash writers who developed Leander's character, because I love him. I don't even know if this might change my like rankings of the love interests. It might. Anyways, when I rise, Leander gives me one last smile. Good night, Chantal. Oh, he's so cute. Night. I trudge up the stairs, but even as I leave Leander behind, the warmth of his skin still lingers on mine, burning through those bandages. They're burning through the bandages. I can't read. Choose my fate. Choosing Leander. Leander, the heroic mage. Leander offers you something that should be impossible. A taste of normalcy free of your curse. As the first person to withstand your touch, he could change your life. But some things are simply too good to be true. There's a secret. Many secrets. Leander promises to help unravel your curse, but at what cost? Oh, no. No! I know it ends after this. I'm gonna press confirm. Oh, Leander. Oh, again, thank you for playing. Thank you, Red Spring Studio. I'm in love with this. Thank you. Anyone else have thoughts? Do you like Leander? Would you choose Leander first? Once the Touchstarved full game is out. I'm trying to decide right now. That description makes me worry, though. I do know, obviously, I do recall that all the love interests have some sort of, dark secret. This is a dark romance visual novel, after all. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I hoped you like seeing the Leander demo route. I certainly did, if you couldn't tell. But yes, I will come back with the next part.